Okay, I think we're live. I'm just gonna wait one more second. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. It is tonight's topic. I'm gonna be talking about my power hour. I'm gonna try to keep this really quick, but I'm gonna be talking about what I do during my power hour. I'm gonna show you my list and something that I recently learned from another coach. I'm not gonna take credit for it because I did not think of this myself, but I learned this from another coach who I started using this little method that I learned from her. Her name's Callie. She's actually on Team Knockout. But I recently watched one of her videos and learned this and thought that I definitely wanted to pass it on to you guys because it has been something that has really been working for me the past couple of weeks. And I do incorporate it into my power hour, so I thought it would be helpful for this call. So I am going to go ahead and do a screen share with you. Let me figure out how to do that. Screen share. Hopefully you can see this. All right. I'm pretty sure that you can see this. I hope you can. Let me see. Okay, so you can see it. All right, so what I have up here is, well, first let me start with my, let me X out of Facebook. Let me start here with our calendar, and I just wanna go over this with you as it is the beginning of the month, and I think it's really important. Hold on. I lost my screen share. I think it's really important that you guys look at this calendar every single month and become, make it a habit to check this all the time because this is just what's going to help you stay on track of your challenge groups and kind of remember what's going on. So today's the second. For tonight, obviously, we have the team call. I'm going to be hosting the team calls every other week for right now. If I want to start adding in more, I will. But right now, I'm just doing them every other week. So that's tonight, September 2nd. So the main part of this calendar is just to show you, like over here, we have the free 7-day gratitude group, which is going to be my free group for the month of September. That can be any type of free group that you want to do. It can be clean eating, anything you want. But for me, this is a group that I'm doing starting on September 14th. So what I like to do is have a clean eating group followed by a challenge group the next week. So this calendar is in the Royal Empire folder on the Google Drive that I've shared with you guys in our page. So just to give you an idea, every other week I'll be hosting a What is Coaching Live webinar. And the reason why I put this on here is because I want you to know that if you ever have anyone who's interested in learning about coaching, or if you know someone who you think would make a really great coach, invite them to this webinar. I'll be hosting it just like I'm doing this video call tonight, and I'll just present like a little PowerPoint presentation. It usually takes me about 25 minutes. It's pretty quick, but you can just send them to that. Anytime that I host these, you can just tell them that, your coach will be hosting it, and you'll also be live on there with watching along if you want. But just so you know, I will be hosting 2 of those this month, and you're more than welcome to invite anyone to that that you want to. So on this calendar, I've also put on like when you should be promoting your group. So I have promote the 7-day gratitude. I'm not promoting my groups as much lately as because I'm doing more private messaging and talking to people about it that way. The promoting part and the posts that I'm making are just really to kind of put it out there a little bit. I usually don't get a lot of people that are interested right from those posts. It's more so just to kind of keep it top of mind, and for people that I've been talking to, this kind of reminds them about it whenever I make these posts. So continuing with the calendar, what else? I have down here our September challenge group. So any of you guys are more than welcome to invite challengers to this group. On the 21st, I'll also be doing a 5-day sneak peek group. So that'll run Monday through Friday. This will also be a great group for anyone that you think is interested in coaching or you think might benefit from coaching. These sneak peek groups are really easy to add people to because it's so risk-free for them. They're not really losing anything by joining the group. It's free. That you're not going to force them to sign up as a coach. It's really just a way for you to just let them know that you think they would be great at this and that you want to share this information, and you just if they don't like it, they don't like it. If they don't think it's something they want to do, that's fine, but you just want to give them the chance to at least just look at it and see if it's something that they would like to do. Also on the 21st, I'll be doing a little Emerald training. I think this is going to either be 7 to 10 days long, no more than 7 days. So that's basically it. I just wanted to go over this, being that it's the beginning of the month, but please refer back to this calendar as much as you can. I try to open this up every night right before I start doing my power hour. So moving on, I'm going to go ahead and show you my power hour tracker. I'm trying to figure, I don't know how to make it smaller so that, oops. Well, I'll just go like this. All right, so you guys all have this same exact tracker. There's a few different ones in our group, in the group folder that I have, but this is just the one that I use. And basically, I have it starting on Thursdays because that's the start of the Beachbody week. It's just easier for me to start fresh on Thursday because I know, if I go in my online office, everything is all starts fresh Thursday morning. Your volume will all be like 0. Everything would be zeroed out and just starting over. So that's why I have this starting on Thursday, but you can definitely have it start on a Monday or whatever works for you. So I'm not going to go into exactly what all these items are because you should probably know what they are. And if you don't, it's pretty self-explanatory. Adding 3 new friends on Facebook. One good thing that I do want to add about this is add them even if you half know them. And what I mean by that is, like, you don't have to be best friends with someone to add them on Facebook. If you find someone that you have a lot of friends in common with, and maybe you see that they, I don't know, anything, they look like your age, or they look like they have a kid, or just something that you think maybe you could relate to them. If you look at their page and you think maybe that you could be friends, just add them. I didn't start doing that until recently, and it's pretty cool because everyone that I've added that I don't really know too well, but I know that we have mutual friends and they look like someone I could be friends with, or they have a kid, or they look like they're married or something. Anything that looks like I could relate to them, I would add them, and they have all accepted my friend request. And so that's been a great way to add to my network. So adding 3 friends to your network, reconnecting with 3 old or new. I'm going to go over what I mean by add to connecting list, in a second. Invite to learn about coaching. This, I just say minimum 3 people a week you want to invite to coaching. You don't have to do one every single day or anything like that. Invite 3 new people to your challenge group. Follow up with people by reaching out to people who said no. Post 8 8 a.m., 12 p.m., 8 p.m., whether it's your workout, food, any progress, motivation, or just something not even fitness related. Checking in with your groups, drinking Shakeology, reading or listening to personal development, working out, responding to all of your messages in your inbox. I am a victim of not doing that. I just responded to someone's message from August 20th. So that is someone who I didn't even realize they messaged me back, and I just happened to be going through my inbox and saw that, and I was like, wow, I totally should have. They probably don't even want to talk to me now, but that's okay. I'm learning to respond to all messages. So anyway, so this is exactly what I open up when I'm sitting down to do my power hour. Another thing, I used to sit down on the computer and I would get distracted very easily. I'd open up Facebook and I'm just going to take off screen share real quick. I would open up Facebook and I would literally start scrolling the news feed or doing everything but my power hour. For some reason, I don't know why I would do that, but I just am distracted very easily. And so one thing that I have noticed that I need to do is when I'm doing my power hour, I need to turn Facebook off, unless of course I'm messaging people or something like that. But I just kind of need to pretend that the newsfeed's not there and that the notifications are not there. Otherwise, I will sit there and check my notifications all night, scroll the newsfeed, and do everything else but do my power hour. So one thing that I've been noticing is if you really don't need to spend hours on this every day. And I know I've said this 1,000 times before, but it's really true. You don't need to be sitting on the computer for 2 or 3 hours a day just to get this done. You need to set an alarm on your phone and give yourself 1 hour to do this. Because otherwise you will get lost and you will just drown in, looking at other people's pages and comparing yourself to what other people are doing. And instead you should be just doing your thing and that's it. So first thing you need to do is set an alarm on your phone for 1 hour and to do your power hour. So what I do, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen again. What I do is I open up if you have an iPhone, which a lot of people do, or I think most of you do, if you have an iPhone, you can go to, oh man, I don't know if this is going to open up. Let me see if this opens up. I need to stop my screen share and try it one more time. La-di-da. So, okay, you're going to open up the Reminders app on your phone. Now, if you don't have a MacBook, but you do have an iPhone, so if you don't have a MacBook, but you do have an iPhone, you can still access your Reminders app from a regular laptop. All you have to do is go to icloud.com//reminders. So you can do this from any computer. You don't have to be on an iPad or a MacBook. I've noticed this because I have pulled this up on my old laptop before I got my MacBook, and I was able to view my reminders and other things from the iCloud or from your cell phone anyway, because it all syncs together. So what I would do is open up this Reminders app. I'm pretty sure you guys can all see this. Let me just double check. Okay. So this is my Reminders app. And what I do is I have a follow-ups and invites, connecting, later invites, coach invites, my Beachbody Power Hour. I guess that's it. Yeah. So what you're going to do is, and this is why I love this little system here, is whatever you write on here is going to automatically update on your phone. It's going to automatically update right here in the app. And so, and another thing is you can literally write someone's name and drag and drop it right into a different folder. You can put it into connecting, into follow-ups, into later invites. So you don't have to go in and retype their name. And I just loved that because it was so easy to just update your list. So this list right here, this is not a full list of people that I have invited. This is just the people that I've been working with lately since I started doing this system. So you're basically going to have this running list of people that you have invited. And when the conversation gets a, once you're done, well, hold on, let me start with connecting. Okay, so this is my connecting list, people that I've been talking to lately. So once I feel like the conversation has progressed and, we're having a great conversation and I feel like it's the right time to invite them, I will invite them to my group. What I'll do is I'll take their name and I'll just drag it right over to invites. Okay, so I'll just do that for anyone on this list that I want to invite. And having this list here is so easy for you to go into your Power Hour, and if you're inviting 3 people, power of threes, if you're inviting 3, you can just pick, go through and see what conversations are going really great and you think are ready to invite, and just pick 3 and move them over to your invites list. So let me just move her back to that one. But so in my invites list, these are everyone that I have invited recently. And you can even, add something like I invited her on 8/31. Maybe just if that helps you, you can write the name next to it. I don't, but I might start doing that. We'll see. So then this is the list of everyone I have invited. So now I can go in whenever I'm done inviting 3 people. I can go in and look for 3 people to follow up with. So what I would do is pick 3 people from this name. So let's say we're going to follow up with Jessie. So I would just pull up our message. If I notice, and let me just add something, that when I'm following up with them, obviously if she's writing me back and she's interested and she's ready to go, then I'm not going to follow up with her. I'm probably just going to take her off the list because she's already ready to join my group, and there's really no further steps as far as inviting or following up and that type of thing. So I would just take her off. But if I see that the conversation has stopped and the person hasn't, wrote me back, or she's not answering me now, even though we've been talking for a couple days, and it's like, okay, she's starting to ignore me or something, so I definitely need to follow up with her. So I will go to my invites list and see which people on this list have not answered me, or maybe they have answered me and maybe they told me no or something. If they have told me no, then I would probably move them to later invites. And as you see on my later invites, I have the months next to them because that's when the person told me that they would think that they'd be ready to join my group. So I just wrote in there, follow up in September. So anyway, from the invites list, I'm just going to pick 3 names and I'm going to follow up with them. Now, so I will not move them over here to the follow-ups yet. And the reason why is, so in my invites, I'm going to follow up with them one time. And from there, if the conversation has still stopped, and they still have not answered me after that one follow-up, they're still on my invites list. Even though I followed up with them one time, I kind of just keep a mental note, or I just go in my Facebook messages and look and see. I go on Facebook messages and look and see where our conversation ended if I don't remember. Or what I would do is just right next to their name, Jessie DeBronzo will say like, follow up. I followed up on 8/31. This way I can go in. So my point of telling you that is I follow up with them one time, and then when I follow up with them a second time, I put them on this final follow-up list. So wait, hold on. Maybe I don't do that. I lied. When I follow up with them, I move them over here. That's what I do. I'm sorry. I'm still kind of figuring out how I'm doing this, but so from the invites list, I will follow up with Jessie. I will take her name and move her over to follow-ups. And the reason why I have final here is because from this follow-up list, so all 3 of these names on here, I have followed up with them one time. So the reason why I have them on this list is because I'm going to follow up with them one more time, and then I will take them off this list and I will not message them anymore. I will not follow up with them. I will, if they're ready to do it, they will come to me, and that's it. I'm not going to bug them to do anything. So that's why I have this follow-ups final, because these 3 names on this list, I have followed up with them already one time. And in, a couple days or maybe a week or so, I'll go through my follow-ups final list and I will go to our message and follow up with them one more time. And after that, as soon as I hit send on the message, I will go to this list and take them right off. I'm not gonna follow up with them or message them anymore. When they are ready, they will come to me. And there's actually a really great way that I follow up with them on this second time, that I shared it in the Royal Empire, sorry, I'm trying to find it on my thing. Actually, I don't think I can get into it because my Google Drive is being really weird, but there's a script that I have in the Royal Empire. I'm going to try to open it. Well, I'm not even going to try because I don't want to freeze up my computer. But there's a script that I have in our folder so you guys can all see it and use it, copy and paste it, do whatever you want to do to it. But there's a way that I follow up with them on the second try, and I just want to find it because I really don't remember exactly what I said in it. But every single person, well, this past couple weeks or this past week, every person that I followed up with and used this script has wrote me back. And I just thought it was great because I was like, wow, these people are like really writing me back. Oh, I know where one is. All right, let me read it to you real quick. I say, so this is the second follow-up. Hope you're doing well. I know you expressed some interest in my challenge groups before, but you never responded back. I hope I didn't say anything to upset you. I don't want to bother you, but please just know that I'm always here if you need anything. Have a great night. And I just saw another coach using this script, and I thought it was really, really great. And it was just a nice way to tell them, like, you're here for them if they need anything. And you know, they never responded, and you just hope that you didn't upset them or make them, mad, or you don't want to feel like you annoyed them or anything like that. And the 4 or 5 people that I've used that script on have wrote me back within like minutes. And I was like, wow, this person's been ignoring me for a week and now they're writing me back. So it's nice. They wrote me back and just said, no, you didn't bother me at all. There was nothing that you said. I just, whatever it was. One girl said she decided to start doing Weight Watchers again, and she's just really happy that she's doing that. So I just encouraged her and told her, like, that's great. I'm glad you found something you liked. Like, anyway, so the point of the story is that's what I do for my follow-ups, for the follow-ups final. So let me go back to my screen share. So follow-ups final. So first thing I do is I go in, I connect with 3 people, I go in and invite 3 people, and then I go in and I follow up with 3 people. The follow-ups final, just one more thing. I don't do these every day. I kind of just go through and see who I feel like needs to be followed up with this one final time. You might not always have final people, because if the conversation doesn't stop and you don't need to do it, then it's fine. So one more thing I do want to show you is just this Beachbody Power Hour to-do list that I have on my Reminders app. And this has been really great. So I have each little thing that I need to do as far as my Power Hour. And what I did was I added these little reminders on here. And so every single day, it's going to remind me at 8 o'clock in the morning that I need to connect with 3 people. And the only reason why I really did this was just a way for me to see it come up on my phone. And I don't necessarily do it at 8 in the morning. But it was just a nice reminder that I need to do this. And something about going in and clicking, that I did it, just helps me feel like I'm progressing in my Power Hour. And I kind of don't like to see the whole like yesterday at 8 a.m. because it just reminds me that I didn't do it yesterday. And I like to see that I'm done for the day. And so this has just been something that has helped with the Power Hour. And again, this whole entire system is something that I learned from Callie. She is on Team Knockout. So I do want to give credit for her because I did not make this up, but it is something that has just been amazing. Another thing that I have is a coach invites little, what's this called, list on here. So let's go back to my Power Hour. list. Sorry. All right. So, um, okay, so I kind of want to rearrange this, and you might want to too, but one thing that you might want to do is put this in order of the items that you're going to be doing them in, because then you can just start from the top and just work your way down. You know, start with the one thing that you always kind of push off. You know, what is it? Is it inviting, or do you always push off personal development, or do you have a bad habit of not responding to messages or anything like that? Put that at the top and do that first and just get it out of the way, and then work your way down to the next thing. And just rearrange this however way you want to do it. But anyway, so one thing, so with doing your power hour every day, it's just really important that you, or at least one thing I've seen is to just sit down and do this. You know, first thing in the morning, or sit down and do this like in the beginning of the day as much as possible, because honestly what I have noticed is towards the end of the day, like come 9 o'clock at night or something, like right around this time, you are gonna be feeling like tired, and someone's gonna message you, and I've experienced this where people have messaged me and they've told me something like they just don't have, someone told me today they don't have the space to work out of their in their house, so they're just going to get a gym membership. And they actually messaged me this a couple days ago, and it was at night when I read it, and I was really, really tired, and I almost wrote them back and just was like, oh, okay, you know, I'm sorry to hear that, whatever. Like, just not a very good response. I almost was just like, I can't believe this person's giving me this excuse. And I was just really tired and not in the mood to talk about this at that time. So I'm noticing that when I'm doing this first thing in the morning, or just when I'm feeling, you know, not as tired and just more awake, I'm answering people back better, and I'm just feeling more confident about what I'm telling them or what we're talking about. So pick a time of day where you feel the best, whether it's morning or lunchtime. I say earlier in the day, we always probably feel a little bit better, have more energy, or just feel confident about ourselves, and just try to get it done. And another thing, and I know I've mentioned this before, but you don't have to spend a whole hour on this. You can do 30 minutes, or you can split it up. And I've done this before too, is where in the morning I'll do invites and follow-ups. At lunchtime I will respond to any messages that I have. And then at nighttime I will, you know, add to my network, plan out my social media posts, do my personal development, like split it up throughout the day. This way, maybe you don't have to feel like you're sitting at a computer all day long, or whatever. So one more thing that I do want to show you is another app, the Notes app. And again, you can view the Notes app, the Reminder app, all, obviously it's on your phone, but you can also view it on any computer by going to icloud.com/reminders or /notes. So if you're on a desktop computer, you can still view all of this stuff. You don't have to be on a MacBook or an iPhone. So I'm just going to go ahead and share with you one more thing that I learned recently. Where is it? Okay. Hold on one second. So on top of using the Reminders app, like I said, I also have been using, where'd it go? One second. I've also been using the Notes app, and I'm sure some of you already use this. If you do, awesome. I don't know why it's not coming up on my computer to share with you. So I've been using the Notes app. I used to use this a lot. I really don't know why I stopped. I'm not sure. And I don't know why it's not letting me share. Okay, it's not letting me share it with you for some reason. But so in addition to using the Reminders app, use the Notes app too. And what I have in my Notes app that I was going to show you is just a step-by-step conversation, which is basically the same thing that's in our folder on our Google Drive. about scripts to send people, about like, when you're inviting them, this is what you're going to say. This is what you'll say when you're asking them about their goals, and just small objections like someone told me they weren't ready, or just they didn't feel like this was something for them. So I wrote in a little something that I would say back, and it's pretty generic. So it really could relate to any kind of thing that they say to me. You might have to tweak it a little bit, but anyway, I'm not going to go too far into this because I could talk all night about scripts and everything, but use the Notes app too. And use the reminders in the Notes app hand in hand, because then it's just so much easier for you to get this done quicker and not have to feel like you're spending a lot of time doing your Power Hour. So I'm just going to go to my Google Drive. I don't think I had anything else. Where's my Google? Where's my internet? I lost it. All right. I don't know where my internet went. Maybe because I'm on this. I don't know. But anyway, I don't really think I had anything else to go over. I think if you have any questions, if you're in the Google Hangout part, I think you can ask questions, but I think I might have only shared this with the YouTube link, so you might not be able to ask any questions. But I hope that this helped at least show you what I do for my Power Hour. It's really nothing special, but maybe it'll just help you see that you can use other apps and things to make this really, really easy and super easy to track, and easy for you to, not have to feel like you have to work hours on this to see success. So if you have any questions, just feel free to message me, let me know, and I will explain anything a little bit further for you. Thanks, bye.